Alright, I said I was going to come on here and I was going to expose to the entire world a Jersey Shore wannabe. But let's just get straight to the point here, shall we? Zack Ryder, you are first and foremost a professional wrestler. Yet you've taken to YouTube and created slapstick comedy-based videos in an attempt to get yourself over, in an attempt to put yourself back on Raw. Zack, I've never been a huge fan of slapstick comedy. And you've gone ahead and you've created, 17? I guess you posted your 18th video based in slapstick comedy just recently. I'm going to tell you something right now, Zack Ryder. And I want you to listen real close. You post just one more video, and I swear as God is my witness, that'll be the 19th funniest slapstick video on YouTube I've ever seen. Zack, good job, my friend. Good job. Very entertaining stuff. Way to take the bulls by the horn and drive yourself straight through the middle of the entertainment industry. Good job, Zack. Keep up the good work. You're keeping me well entertained with those videos. Like I said, I'm not a huge fan of slapstick comedy, but you're making me a fan of slapstick comedy. Great work. Now, before I get on to exposing a Jersey Shore wannabe to the entire world, which I'm about to do, I'd first like to address a group of people that Eric Bischoff has labeled the 10%ers. You guys came out in full force when I posted a tweet that said, I'm going to express my opinion on Zack Ryder's videos. Never once did I say I was going to bury Zack Ryder. Not one time did I say I was going to bury Zack Ryder. And out come the loudest and most vocal group on the internet. That group of wrestling fans that express how they feel online, that Eric Bischoff has labeled the 10%ers. You know, when Eric labeled you little bastards the 10%ers, I really didn't think too much of it. I went, ho-hum. But then when I posted a tweet saying, I'd like to give my opinion on Zack Ryder's videos, you guys just assumed that I was going to bury Zack Ryder. You came out in full force, and you said, I can't believe Val Venus is going to go on another hate rant. There's a reason the Big Val Boski runs with truth, fact, and logic. It wasn't too long ago that somebody on Twitter sent me a message saying, hey man, what do you think about Shane Helms crashing his motorcycle and now being investigated as the fact that he might have been impaired? The Big Val Boski runs with truth, fact, and logic only. And I tweeted back out that I will not comment on that issue until all the facts are in and the truth is before us. And I refused to comment on it. However, you 10%ers that Eric Bischoff has said think they know it all, decided you knew what I was going to say about Zack Ryder. You came out in force, burying me tweet after tweet after tweet after tweet like I give a rat's ass whether you bury me or not. It's actually quite entertaining. And that's when I thought, you know, Eric Bischoff's onto something. The 10%ers really are out there. They really are loud and vocal, and they really do think they know what's going on even before there's any truth, fact, or logic involved. In fact, there was a guy, I believe his Twitter handle was @WrestlingVoice or something like that. He goes and he writes a whole article about how the Big Val Boski is trying to stay relevant by burying Zack Ryder. He even wrote a bunch of falsities in there stating, oh, Val Venus stated that he's going to bury Zack Ryder. I did? Really? Really? Taking that from The Miz. Really? Truth, fact, and logic. Get the facts, understand the truth, then use logic before you put pen to a paper or open your big fat 10%er mouths. Now that you can all shut the hell up and listen to what the Big Val Boski has to say, because I'm about to expose to the entire world a Jersey Shore wannabe. In fact, I'll even go so far as to say he's a Long Island Ice Z wannabe. His name's Ryan Castellucci. He's an EXW superstar. That's Elite Extreme Wrestling for any of you 10%ers out there that anything beyond WWE and TNA doesn't exist to y'all. There's EXW, Elite Extreme Wrestling. And Ryan Castellucci is out there fist pumping, trying to get himself over, and he's doing a fine job at it. But I'm going to take that fist pump of his and stick it straight up where the sun don't shine. And I'm going to introduce them all to all of you. In the next couple of nights, you're all going to understand who Ryan Castellucci really is. And for those 10%ers out there that want to keep jaw-jacking like you think you know it all, before the facts and the logic and the truth have rolled out, truth, fact, and logic all day long, bitches.